Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose rough stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ready, two, We have with us here today the Vietnamese veterans of Grand Rapids. Please have yourself a seat. War era veterans and their families. They encourage all interested residents and veterans to join them in paying tribute to the men and women who were too often forgotten when they returned home. The lawmakers will provide a Vietnam War commemorative label pinned to the U.S. veteran who served on active duty at any time from November 1st of 1955 to May 15th of 1975, regardless of your location.
Before I get started, I just want to thank the gentlemen that fought with the South Vietnamese Army, fought, suffered, and a lot of them died in service to the United States of America. Gentlemen, thank you. We're here not to celebrate the war itself. We're here celebrating the sacrifices you made and the sacrifices your family made, because we know that the looks on our mothers' faces when we got that draft notice, we know the looks on their faces when you shipped out, and most of all, you remember the look on their faces when you finally came home. So with that, I'm going to turn this over to Senator Hildebrand to further explain what we're doing and our feelings about this. But I just want to say, on behalf of myself and the Michigan Senate, thank you for your service. Thank you for your sacrifices. Thank you for the sacrifices your family made. And above all, job well done and welcome home.
The Vietnam War. It was a war that was ending as I was just beginning my life in this great country. It was a war that touched on 3 decades of American history. A war that drew a line between democracy and freedom and communism and tyranny. It was a war that took the life of almost 60,000 Americans and so much more pain and suffering. So today we are here to say thank you. Thank you for serving. Thank you for your bravery, for standing strong some 50 years ago for American core values. It is because of you that we live in this great country, where our people have freedom and opportunities that are unmatched anywhere in the world. We in the Michigan legislature and elected officials around the country recognize that we need to serve you and all our veterans better. There is a renewed commitment in this regard, and progress is underway, including a new home for veterans here in Grand Rapids, pending federal approval, which is long overdue. Our veterans, all of you, deserve the best care from our government, and I will continue to be a champion and a voice for the men and women who have served and will continue to serve our great country. Thank you for your service again. We are a nation Forever grateful. Thank you. And now I'd like to introduce.
What an awesome honor this is for me. I want to thank Lynn O'Brien to help organizing this, and Senator Colwell for spearheading this, Senator Hildebrandt for allowing us to come into his district. Everything outside of the city that surrounds it on the west and the north side is the area that I represent. So I want to thank you. I tend not to be long-winded, so I want to let you know that if any of you have friends, family, colleagues that wasn't able to be here today, I would be more than happy to meet with them and do individual pinning ceremonies. We are going to do this again in a few months, I think, at the Veterans Home. So there'll be other opportunities through close here in Kent County and also throughout the state. So if you have friends that don't even live in Kent County or this area, contact our office, and we'd be more than happy to try and set them up, because everybody deserves to get recognized and thanked for the sacrifice that you and your families have been through during this era. I also want to thank the 3 American Legion posts that helped support us and put this on, especially the Boat and Canoe, letting us use their facility to do this. So just thank you again, and welcome home. Thank you.
My Uncle John Trudell was a medevac and flew also the Cobra gunship. And I believe he was in Da Nang. Again, he was a pilot. So wherever those landing zones were, that's where he was. Also, my Uncle Paul was a combat engineer, and he did get hurt over in Vietnam. And when he came home, his mom would be my grandmother, and his brothers and sisters were at the bus stop. And my dad told me this story. He says, I'll never forget the day I went to go pick up my brother from coming home from Vietnam. And when he got off the bus, his brothers and sisters saw their brother Paul, who served in Vietnam, get spat on, get degraded. And my dad just couldn't believe it. And let alone his mother. His mother's very stoic. She had tears in her eyes. Because here she has sent off 4 sons to serve. And for her son to come back after giving his sacrificing, to be so dishonored, it really, really hurt them.
You here in Michigan all the time, your family?
Well, my dad was in the Army. My mother was a military wife. So my dad was stationed at Fort Knox in 1960. And I was born in Columbia, South Carolina at Kennerly Army Hospital. My 2 brothers were born in France, 1962 and 1963. My other brother was born in Virginia. And then my 2 sisters were born. So it was an Army life.
Another soldier falls to the ground as he lay fighting for his life. He hears his sergeant say, I won't let you die. Brother, keep holding on. Soon we'll be safe in the arms of God. Radio, the medevac. We need a battlefield extraction. holding on. Soon we'll be safe in the arms of God. Can you hear
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for what you went through. You deserve a medal. You do.